Hey, I'm Olivia. I'm the Southern Yankee Stitcher, and I'm here today to reveal the secret stitching I've been working on and to give you a little update and show you the sale I'm hoping that we can do in 2022. Um, it is a couple days after I had planned to do this video. It's now almost 10:30 at night on December 26th. I have been sewing all day. A gift that I'm giving tomorrow. We're doing our Christmas on the 27th. My son had to work the 25th and 26th. We decided just to wait till we could all do it and have an all day thing. Starting with gifts in the morning and all our favorite snacky food and everything all day long. And that's what we're excuse me. That's what we're planning to do tomorrow. So I had to have this stuff done, and I wanted to have it all done so I could show you everything at one time in one video. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you now. I will have details linked below with where you can get everything that I'm about to show you, but it may be a couple days before I get it up. I have, like I said, it's about 10:30 at night. I still have gifts to wrap. My eyes kind of acting lazy on me or something. I'm so tired right now. But I knew if I didn't get this uploaded and recorded before I gave the gifts, I wouldn't be able to show y'all because they'd be gone. And I wouldn't even think about it when everybody's here tomorrow. It's going to be kind of crazy. So I hope everyone had a very Merry Christmas and you were able to spend some quality time with your family or friends. We've been doing that all weekend long with our grandsons, and which is part of the reason that I was behind on getting some things complete. I've been watching them some, and when I'm not on babysitting duty, then I've just been spending time with them and my son and daughter-in-law. So, not to make an excuse, but just to tell you what I'm doing because I wouldn't trade that for the world. I finished the stocking for my daughter-in-law. Y'all probably saw in the cover photo. I'm sorry about the light. I'm in my kitchen where I could have the brightest light. This is a pattern from Marianne Savage called Peace on Earth. Here's the pattern. I found this on Etsy, an Etsy shop. I don't know this shop. I made a couple of changes for the halo. And, well, I changed the direction of the stocking. And then for the stars and the halos, I used metallic DMC for that. I was going to use the blending filament that I had. I couldn't put my hands on the gold one. I found the silver one, and I don't know. I just couldn't find it. So that's what I was able to find at Hobby Lobby and pick that up. And this is actually, I couldn't find, it's hard to find velvet that's not stretchy velvet. And they had some, and it was marked navy blue, but it was purple. It wasn't even, it was just mismarked. But this was some upholstery fabric. It feels just like velvet. It's not too hard to work with. It actually, because the pile's not as tall as a velvet, it was easier to work with. It didn't move on me quite so much when I was sewing it. So here's the stocking, and I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. Y'all can see that. Also at the top there, in that above the stripe and below the stripe around her name, there's a little bit of gold there too. I hope this is showing up okay, y'all. It's not showing up great on this laptop, but it doesn't always show up great on this laptop, so. Okay. The next thing I'm going to show you, this is kind of a last minute idea. I started this week, and I have a little back stitching to do, which I'm going to do tonight since I'm done this. I did this for my son, and I have a frame I'm going to put it in. It's a family crest, and these are like seashells, and they just need just a little bit of back stitching, some detail in there, so it's going to be real quick. But I I found a picture online and I charted it up and did this for him. I have a kind of a chunky, kind of rustic wooden frame. It's going to go in. I think it'll look real masculine. I think he'll like it. So, and again, this is with DMC. All of it's DMC. Sorry, y'all. I'm really not sick. I think because I'm so tired. My throat's kind of scratchy. These next things I'm going to show you, these, I spent a lot of time on them. Thinking about what I was going to do and making these for my two daughters and my daughter-in-law. And I wanted to stitch something, but I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to stitch. So I had to think about it a little bit. And I thought I might do a little sewing box for them. They don't sew. None of them sew. Well, my daughter-in-law sews some. Neither one of my daughters sew. I don't even know if they've ever sewn a button on. They bring it to me. That's what they do. But I was thinking about doing it. And then I saw these somewhere online and ended up finding them on Amazon. And they're little scissors that are swordfish. Well, my youngest daughter, if you all remember, I showed a chart in one of my earlier videos that was a shark. And it was done in blues, stitched on black, because my daughter loves sea life and sharks and things. When I saw this, I said, okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a sewing kit, and hers is going to be like marine life themed. And so that's what I did. I got these wooden boxes from Hobby Lobby. They're raw wood, and I just painted it with craft paint. The top I stitched a whale on, and I was originally just going to stitch the whale on some blue fabric. This is 32 count. What is it called? It's Belfast linen. Zweigart, 32 count, and that's the color. I got it from a shop. I showed it in one of my stash segments. Shop came from Great Britain. Again, I think I found it on Etsy. But these are all Weeks colors. I don't think I have the right color here. Well, the Gray of the Whale is Galvanized by Weeks. And the Water is Dove by Weeks. Maybe that is. No. I'm not sure. I will post it when I post the description. This is also a Weeks color. I pulled out one that I thought was it. Battleship, but it's too gray. It was more of a blue, and I can't remember the name of the blue. But this chart, I kind of made up myself. I used chart, and then I altered it a little bit. Well, first I charted a whale, and I didn't have my dimensions with me when I charted it, but I had box dimensions. I hadn't purchased the box yet. I went and I saw them at Hobby Lobby. I said, that's what I'm going to get. And, but I hadn't actually purchased it yet. So I charted a whale. It was way too big, way too big. And I didn't like the curve of the tail. Well, I had purchased this from the Stitcherhood. It's called Make Waves. Number 216, Make Waves. This is in an Etsy shop. www.thestitcherhood.com. They must also have a website. I got it from Etsy. And I was just going to do the tail. But then, I don't know. I didn't like the way just the tail was going to look on this. I thought it was too small. But the tail that I charted didn't look this good. So I used the tail from this and the waves that are up along the edge here. And then I charted the whale. Kind of folk art like. Most folk art whales have a real big whale body and a small tail. This one's kind of the opposite, but I thought it was cute. So, and then inside the box, I did decoupage. And these are just images I found online. I just searched like, I can't remember, marine life or whales or sharks or something. And I copied the images and pasted them in Word so I could fit a bunch on a page. I just printed them on copy paper and then I decoupaged. The background paper is scrapbook paper. This is antique lace, and it's crunchy feeling now because I decoupaged that too so it wouldn't go anywhere. And then these boxes at Hobby Lobby have inserts. I'll take them out and show you the bottom of the box first. There's the bottom of the box. I came across a lot of images, but these that were postage stamps, I just thought were cool. They kind of remind me of like a stamps on the travel trunk or something. And I just like the way they turned out. I just layered them on there. Then I got these little boxes. Actually, I thought I'm going to have to go buy some Altoid mints or something to paint them. Well, you can find these on Amazon. I got 6 of these on Amazon, which was perfect for the project I was doing. And I'll try and link them also. And like I said, it's going to be 20th or 29th before I link anything, y'all. But this was another image I found online. And I just bought some pins, put pins in one of them. Some more images in this one. And in this one, I just put some buttons in there. I have a whole lot more buttons I can use. But I just came with a little starter set. Then this ocean life, and this goes inside the box. That. And then on the other side, because she's particular to sharks, I put some sharks in there. Put a little rope trim around there. Made a little nautical looking, I guess. And that goes in there as well. And then inside, on Amazon, this is a nice, like, wooden seam ripper. That's a nicer seam ripper than any that I own. This is a needle case. I put some needles in there. The top just screws off. I was able to find a tape measure. That's Seahorse on there. Of course, I already showed you the scissors. They're so cute. And I just got a couple basic spools of thread. I went to a quilt shop we have here locally and found this little pincushion. And I thought it was real cute. Of course, it's the kind you can put on your wrist. And then these are just another button company. And they're like ocean or sea themed. So she will be doing that tomorrow. I've got to wrap all the individual things in there. For my oldest daughter. My oldest daughter loves Halloween. And I think I've shown things I've made Halloween for her too. Some ornaments, I believe. So I knew that the box had to be Halloween for her. And on the top of this one, I used Plum Street samplers, my Pretties. Start with my Pretties chart, and I used this one right here. And then I added a border on it. And this is all on the same fabric. All on the same fabric. And take everything else. Hers is kind of creepy inside. She's gonna love it. They're gonna love it. This was where the paint was just a little bit wet, and I painted it a couple times, and every time it wants to stick and blow off. But I know her, and she'll like that it kind of looks a little beat up, you know, crusty, rusty, whatever you want to call it. So this is scrapbook paper in the bottom, the background, and then these again are images I just found online, and you just right click, copy, and then paste into Word. And these are all vintage lace. Here and here and here. My mom had a box of different trims. I think I've shown some rickrack I used before of hers. She had these little pieces of lace that were cut out. And she has some that are like 3 Middle Eastern musicians. They're each playing a different kind of horn or something. They're real fine like this. Kind of cool. But I thought these looked neat in here. And I like the raven. Kind of with the stitching. For hers, she has pins and buttons just like the other. And I did decoupage these on the top. And I was careful to wipe all the glue off. Maybe my husband's not coming out because his gift is laying right here. I wiped all the glue off the sides, but here you can kind of see the brush strokes, but it kind of gives it like a texture. It's kind of cool looking. The trays. And here's the tray. She has the same pin cushion, but her buttons say spook. Her pins say spook. Same seam ripper, a needle case with needles, thread basics. The only thing I'm not crazy about in this is a tape measure, because it has the pink on there, and she's not a pink person, but that's the only one I could find that was like Halloween or spooky witch or anything. I think a lady makes these, and really, since I've been shopping around, I've seen some plastic ones. I could decoupage something on a plastic one instead of buying this. This is cloth and ribbon on it, but it'll be alright. These scissors have a funny story to them. Oh my gosh, look at my eye, y'all. I'm so tired. They were advertised as witch shoes scissors. Okay. Can y'all see the witch shoes? But when I saw them, I thought it looked like a bat. The top is a bat. So, does that not look like bat wings to you, and the head wings? So I messaged the lady in the Etsy shop and said, your picture shows the bat scissors, but the description says they're witch shoes. It's like that cartoon you see an old lady or a young woman. I did not see the witch shoes. I saw a bat, upside down bat. And she said, no, I just have the witch shoes, and those are what's in the picture. I know she thought it was crazy. Then I was like, oh, they're witch shoes. I do see that. I saw that. So that is for my oldest daughter. Oh, the threads used on that were DMC 310 and 221. Oh, and a gray. I don't know what the gray is. I'll post all that later. Then the last box was from my daughter-in-law. I didn't know what was like her thing. Like one of my daughters loves sea life, one likes Halloween. And I asked my son, I said, does she have like a thing? Like she really likes butterflies or something. He said, I don't know. She's artistic. She's painted several murals in our town, and they have beautiful butterflies and flowers in them. And I think she likes those things, but she's done so much of that work lately. I thought she probably doesn't want an art-themed box. So since she's new to her family, they just got married this year. She's a new last name and everything. I thought I would do like a monogram. So I did that. These are same colors, 221 and 310 DMC. This came from an Etsy shop, and if you just put in initial or monogram, I couldn't find the name. Make sure you tell them what letter of the alphabet you want. I got so far into the order that I was beyond that point that I had to email the lady, and she was very understanding that because she had already sent me the chart for the letter. I think it was letter A, because I didn't change. I didn't see where to change the letter. Anyway, so this, but anyways, since I got the wrong letter A, I emailed her like almost immediately, and she sent me the R in a PDF too, and that was very kind of her to do that because I was the one that messed up the order. So the inside of the box, these were like felt flowers, but they're kind of crunchy now because I decoupaged everything. And it's called kind of a sewing theme, monogram and sewing theme. I really think this is pretty. Her two little boxes. One has buttons on it. Again, these are just images I found online. I don't know that, I can't promise y'all that I didn't take something that was copyrighted, but I didn't really look for that. I figured if it was an image you weren't allowed to have, you couldn't copy it and paste it. I'm not selling it to anyone, so I don't know. But anyway, they were cool. This is another. It's an old sewing machine. These little trays that go in the box here, they only orient one way. I had different images and I put them on the wrong way. So they were all sideways when you open this box. Couldn't believe I did that. I was so frustrated with it. And I was like, well, I'm gonna have to buy a whole new box when I start just get the trays. Then I was like, I'm just putting another layer. So the other images below that, under several layers of decoupage, so it's not going anywhere. Just covered up the mistake. And it's got other little sewing things in there. And it got the same pin cushion for her. I couldn't find any pins with the sewing theme, but she loves bees and flowers and stuff, so these little bee ones I thought were cute anyway. Hers are the stork scissors. Classic. Needle case. Sea River. Basic threads. And then I've got a Monogram tape measure. And that came from Etsy. Okay. For my husband, I made this quilt. I'm not going to open it up, y'all. I thought with my sewing machine on this thing. This is the back. I started this years ago. I don't know, 3 or 4 at least. And I had everything done, and it was halfway quilted. So pieced, halfway back put on, halfway quilted, and my machine broke. A gear broke in the machine. And this is the one. I think I've shown it before, but it's made out of all old flannel shirts. And a gear broke in the machine. Well, I sent the machine off, got it fixed. But I never picked it up and started working on that quilt again until this week. And it's not perfect by any means. And my machine was giving me fits. I mean, you know how when you're bobbing, like all gums up in the bottom, you have all this gobs of thread on the bottom. You kept doing that. I started and stopped so many times. I would have had this done long before now if it wasn't for fighting that machine. And then, so I was like, let me just start with a new bobbin, The bobbin doesn't wind perfect. It's an old machine, which is part of the reason I thought I liked it. We're not friends today anymore. We're not friends. But then this evening, I broke a needle in the machine. So I put a new needle in. Then my thread kept breaking at the needle. And I thought, what's going on? So I took it out. My machine is a Singer. It's an old Singer, like 1960 something. And it's the replacement needles are rounded on 3 sides and flat on 1 side. So I thought it could only go in one way. But no, it can go in. Apparently it was backwards. I didn't know there was a front and back to the needle. I didn't know it would go in either way. So I've learned something new once I changed that needle around. God must have just shown that to me to help me figure that out. Then it was just sewing right up. So those are all the secret stitching that I've been working on, and I'm real excited to give these to them tomorrow. I hope they know that they were made with love and a lot of thought and time put into them. It was fun finding little things to put in there. And I really could have gone even further with it.